Are you ready to be fired up? Because I sure am. I have Kaila Uli with me, and oh my gosh, you are in for a treat. This girl has came like from very humble beginnings, and she has created an amazing business for herself. And I cannot wait for her to show you her special gadget that she sells, and to tell you more about where she came from and where she is going. Nice to meet you. Thanks for being here.
Hi, hello, thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm very excited.
So if you guys would see her, she is gorgeous. She used to be a model, and it looks like she's a model now. And she has this, but not even how she looks. She's got this amazing energy about her, amazing aura. She actually teaches businesses how to be their true authentic selves. And I will tell you what, she absolutely is. Her and I just did a TikTok together, and I loved her. So we kind of hit it off right away. So talk to me. Tell me a little bit where you came from. I know you just kind of opened up about your story. I'd love for you to share a little bit, if you can, just kind of like a little bit about your upbringing.
Yeah, so I grew up down here in Southern California in Pomona, and if you're from Southern California, you know what that means. Pomona is not exactly the greatest place to live as a kid, and we grew up very poor. Didn't have a lot of anything at any time. There was a lot of days we didn't have food, didn't have heat, and I remember thinking to myself, like, I don't want to live like this. I can't handle this. I want cheese every day, and
I want cheese. Oh my God, Doublinger. Go to Costco today and buy Doublinger cheese from Costco. You will never be disappointed.
okay. I mean, that was my goal. I was like, I want to be able to have cheese every day. Like, come on, man. That was a luxury. And I remember learning, like, okay, there's like 7 billion people in the world, because there was a little less back then. If I could get $1 from each one of them, just $1, I would be fine. And I was like 5 or maybe 6 when I put this together. And from that point on, I was like, I'm going to start a business. I'm going to sell something. And I tried selling rocks and pine cones. And then I learned how to like paint rocks to make them look like ladybugs. And I'm like, oh yeah, everyone's going to want this. Tried selling that, tried selling candies. And obviously I was a child, so none of it really worked. But then I spent all of my teens trying to do the same thing. Anything I could sell, I was trying to sell. And then fast forward a little bit, and I got married when I was just turned 19, a week before I turned 19. And my husband and I wanted to start a business. That was like the thing that kind of brought us together. It's like we both were going to start a business as soon as he got out of the Marines. We're like, maybe we're going to buy a property, or maybe we're going to sell shoes. We didn't know what we were going to do. But unfortunately, he passed away a year after we got married. And then I found myself with nothing, no place to live, no income, a bunch of bills because he had cancer. And thank God the Marines covered most of his treatment, but there were still things that I had to pay. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to get a job. I tried applying to jobs. It turns out people don't hire you if you don't have a diploma, which I didn't, because I was homeschooled my whole life. So I couldn't get into college, couldn't get a job. At best, I could work at McDonald's.
I gotta tell you, you were homeschooled, and you have great social cues. Like, you got great social skills. The fact that you were homeschooled is pretty impressive, how you behave yourself.
You know, my mom was very, very careful about that. And the reason we were homeschooled was because we grew up in Pomona, which was like, let's not get the kids stabbed, you know?
Yeah, gotcha.
So my mom was
about
very...
your husband too. Thank you for him serving our country, which basically means you served our country. So thank you for that. But I'm so sorry that he passed of cancer. That's horrible. So young.
Very young. He was 21, and he went from stage 1 to stage 4 within 1 month's time. Then they gave him a year to live, and he only made it a handful of months. So it was just...
That's terrible.
We celebrated his 21st birthday by having some beers, and we were like, woo, we're grown-ups now.
Yeah.
We lost him very shortly after that. But yeah. But that was like my motivation, because I realized I can't even get a job. I can't do anything. How am I going to eat? So I started saving up a couple of bucks here and there and trying to make little businesses. And I tried starting a jewelry business. I would go over to Hobby Lobby and like put things on chains and be like, okay, I'm going to sell jewelry. And then that didn't work. And then I started trying candles and soaps, and that worked a little bit better. I was kind of failing as you go. And I failed my way up to a business that was pulling in a couple thousand a month. And I was like, whoa, I did it.
I'm rich.
I did it. And that business, it was craft packaging and supplies. And I realized after about a year of that I just didn't have the big boy bands to break into that market. It's kind of been captured by really big players. So at best, I was only ever going to get a couple $1,000s a month out of that, which was when I moved over to vintage and I was selling vintage eyewear. And that was the first business that I got to 6 figures a month.
That's
And I
so
was like,
cool. Vintage eyewear. I love it because it's super like you're like, I'm a boss. It's super like that's super niche. People are afraid of niching, but
yeah.
vintage eyewear, that's so cool.
Yeah. And I was able to kind of leverage that to the point where we were on all the celebrities and we were working with UFC and on all the Sports Illustrated models. And I was able to get us into the movies to get like styling pieces. And it was such a time. It was the time of my life.
Oh, so fun. What happened?
So I lost that one very publicly to a cyber attack.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. So it was very sad because, I thought that was going to be my forever business. I was like, this is it. Like, all the celebrities are wearing it and I've done it. And then I lost it
You're like,
from
I've
top to
made it.
bottom.
But look at you now. So
Yeah.
I love this. So a little bit, let me just kind of reiterate here. So grew up very, very poor. Not even like your idea of having a good day is eating cheese.
Yes.
And
Yes.
like I just want to eat some cheese. But like very entrepreneurial. I mean, I was the kid that was driving my bike to 7-Eleven, grabbing like 2 packs of licorice and selling them individually for like 2 for a quarter. That was me.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I was selling candy at school. I was entrepreneurial from the beginning, kind of like you. And multiple businesses, failure, and then you lose everything. But let's talk about where you're at now. So, and you've had some massive adversity. Your husband dying at such a young age, helping him through that. Working with celebrities, doing good, selling glasses, vintage, and then losing it to a cyber attack. But now, tell me about where you're at now.
Yeah. So I took a little bit of time after I lost that business to kind of like lick my wounds. And then I recently, last October, I had a company come to me that wanted some help with re-energizing and revitalizing their brand. And I mean, seriously, right, revitalizing. They had 2 sales for the month when they came to me, and I was like, y'all, I don't know about that. So they ultimately decided that they had, run themselves. They'd have been in it for like 5 years. They didn't want to do it anymore, and they were going to let it die. And I was like, you know what? I've already built a lot of assets for you guys, and we've already started a lot of traction on this. Sell it to me. So then I acquired. It was called the World's Ugliest Slippers. I took it over and rebranded it as Puffies, and that's what these are.
Okay, tell me about those. So those are puppies. Are those slippers or what are they?
They are, it's really hard to explain. They're technically a slipper, but most of our shoppers wear them outside of the house because it's a really, really thick, rubbery heel. And this is actually called a shit heel. So in China, they call this shit feeling because it squishes between your toes. Well, I don't call it that. We just call it a slipper, but it's called shit feeling rubber, and because it squeezes between your toes, and it's supposed to be a slipper.
Love them. I've never seen those.
Yeah, and oh my god, it's been so much fun. Like right now, we have a couple of things in the pipeline with people that I can't say yet, but you'll know when you see it. But they're so crazy looking that people reach out. I'm not even like doing as much outreach as I did with the vintage because people are just like, I want that.
Oh yeah, because they're so different and unique.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm rooting for you. So the bottom line though is like you've had adversity and you're back, and now so you tell them where can people find you, Kaila? Like I know you on your social media channel because you help talk about business marketing and authenticity and all that. So can you let people know where they can find you?
Yeah, my TikTok is it's KAILA just Kaila Uli, exactly as it sounds or doesn't sound. It's a very hard name, I know.
So
Same thing.
KAILA ULI.
Yeah.
And we're gonna I need to get a link to those dang sneakers, those slippers, so they can buy your slippers. You guys, promise? Oh, I like pink.
Send you
pink
some.
Ones. I like bright pink. Do you have bright pink?
I don't have pink, but I have like yellow, orange, greens. I do have a pink one actually.
Orange.
I'll send you one. I'll send you a couple.
You know I'm gonna be seriously waiting for these in the mail.
Okay, give me your address as soon as we're done and they're coming.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. I was actually hoping you were
Yes.
going to say that.
Yes.
I was secretly
But
going, I want one of those. So they're so cute.
yes, I would
Yeah,
love to.
I like different, I don't like different things like that. I love it. So what would you say when you are speaking to small businesses? Because a lot of, on this channel, a lot of my people are realtors and lenders. They're
Mhm.
small businesses, right?
Yeah.
What would you say? And one of the things I teach is very similar to you, marketing, how to, utilize, just be a marketer, right? Marketing is
Mhm.
attraction. Marketing and innovation is the backbone behind any business. I love marketing. I'm obsessed with it. And I like hearing from other people's perspective.
Yeah.
Talk to me like when somebody says, hey, I want to learn to market my business. I'm a brand new agent, let's just say, and I'm trying to break in. What would your advice be to me?
Yeah, so my background is the R&D side of marketing, like very heavy on the research and development. My degree is in that. And I have a slightly different approach to marketing than kind of what's like very, very popular and fun to talk about because I spend a lot of time in the viability area. So if you're coming to me and saying, like, I want to start a business and this is what I want to sell, the first thing I'm going to do with you is start looking for viability. Like, first, we're going to start digging into the databases and see, like, what are the projections in this market? What does the audience look like? What do the competitors look like? What's the competitive landscape? And then from what this thing that you've presented that you want to sell, we're going to go deeper and figure out a variant or a version of that that hasn't been super saturated and then
Smart.
build around that.
Yes.
So, and then once we have that, by default, doing all that research, we're going to have a pretty good idea of who your target is. And then we can start talking about copy and creative that aligns with the target. But I take it very much from a bottom up point of view, which is a little bit different than what most people are doing. But that's also kind of how I'm able to teach people how to consistently and quickly get their first 5 figures a month, because that's kind of where I play. Because most of the people who follow me either have started a business and have been very unsuccessfully struggling in it for a couple of years, or it's at the hobby level and they're like, what am I doing wrong? Or they're like, I hit 20,000 one month, but I can't do it again. And it's almost always foundational issues. So we really, like, my method is like, let's rip apart your foundations, because if your business can't somewhat easily hit $10,000 a month relatively quickly within like 2 or 3 months, there's probably something extremely wrong, but it's most likely pretty easy to fix. It's going to be like a marketing, a messaging issue. You're not connecting with your audience, or you're not selling to who you think you're selling to. Or my example is like, you're trying to sell fishing hooks, but you're marketing to people who are trying to buy cakes. You're never going to sell anything. You're getting the wrong people to your website.
Yeah.
So
I think that's a lot of people too. It's like I always say, hey, if you're not selling, it's like you're missing the market to message match. Like you're not,
yeah, exactly.
yeah, like if people aren't interested, it's not necessarily that you don't have good content. It might be you have the wrong people in front of you, right?
Oh yeah.
So super
Or
important. And I'll tell you, a lot of small businesses, do you notice that they just don't, they weren't taught to be marketers, right? Like as
yeah.
agents, you're taught how many square feet are in a mile. Nobody cares, right? You're not taught
Mhm.
like how to market, how to advertise, how to run a business, for God's sake. So a lot of these people miss these, like you said, these foundational skills of just how to even get the word out.
Yeah. And you know what I really like about you is that you talk in like layman's terms. And I'm of the opinion, if you can't explain something in layman's terms, I'm not going to believe you. So a lot of the like help that you can get from people is like, well, are you maximizing your ROAS? What is your AOV? And I'm like, this is important if you're talking among peers and you need to condense your language in this way, but it's not going to be helpful to Betty, who's starting a boutique, who's just trying to get her first 150 sales. Like, so
Yeah.
I really enjoy your content because you break things down in layman's terms, which proves to me that you are the ultimate expert, because only real experts can know that. Hello. But
I used to be a
it's
teacher. I taught third grade. So
yes,
I
yes.
that's why I always try to break things down. Well, and plus you don't hear a lot of what you're learning. I have a really good friend. His name is Jason Fladlin, and he's literally like brilliant, brilliant. And I'm always like, Jason, I don't understand anything you're saying. I love you, and you're so smart. They call him the like $8-9 million webinar guy. He literally did the largest launch in history from a webinar, beat out every Google and everyone else. And he's
Cheers.
Oh yeah, let me see. I wouldn't mind putting, but you got to read the book. But he's just yeah, Jason Gladden, one to many. But he's
Oh,
so
nice.
freaking smart that I'm like, Jason, I don't understand anything you just said.
like just boil it down a little bit for me, just a
Yeah,
little bit.
I'm like, and Yeah. So that's, you got to, I'm like, what did he just say? I got to rewind. And unfortunately, that's me a lot because of my learning disability. But all right. So yeah. So marketing, marketing, marketing. So what else? So foundational issues, you're saying, so more foundational issues are probably like the systems that they have in place. I would think.
I would say even like we don't start having the systems in place conversation unless people are coming to me above the $50,000 a month line. So once you're there, we're having a very different conversation. But the vast majority of people who are coming in the doors are at or not even in the point of having systems in place. They're at the point of like, I've been running $1,000 in ads this week and I haven't made one sale. It's more like it's stuff like that. So
Yeah.
almost like I would say like 80% of the people that come to me are like that. And so we have to go deep into corrective measures and look at their creative and look at their copy and all of that. At least try to get some bang for the buck, something. And then if they are higher than that, then yes, we'll start talking about like their hiring procedures or what they're doing wrong with their like scaling operations. Or a lot of times it's like wasted money. It's like they're spending like $10 per piece at their 3PL when they should be spending 4, and it'll be like it's
What's a 3PL?
Oh, 3PL is third party fulfillment. So once you get to the point
Oh,
of like
okay. Okay.
100 orders a day, it's not really
You need
viable
someone to help you to do it. Yeah.
yeah. But then a lot of these guys will suck you in with like it's only $10 and that includes shipping, and then it seems like it makes sense on paper, but then it doesn't by the time you actually get
Yeah.
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 Stuff like
Well,
that.
I understand too. And also, like, so one of the things that really helped me as a real estate agent when I was a real estate agent, and also as a coach when I jumped into this coaching business, was I did what I call it's a brand awareness campaign that nobody else does. Now I'm just now, like, Ryan Dice, his team is now starting to teach this way. Like, I spoke about this 2.5 years ago at Funnel Hacking Live, like the pre-funnel marketing, which is basically, I'm going to create content. I'm going to pay for attention. I'm going to pay for exposure, just like the Super Bowl. People spent $7 million just for the 30 seconds, not to include what they spent to actually create the commercial, right? They paid 30 seconds to get their brand out there. I mean, Google was on last year. Pringles was on this. We all know Pringles. Why the hell would Pringles need to talk about have a chip commercial? Everyone knows what Pringles is because they understand the importance of branding.
Yeah.
So what most marketers do is I say that you need to earn the right to ask, right?
Mm.
So by earning the right, like, dude, with your shoes, I mean, you could like run these just brand awareness campaigns, video views, where you take your just video views and put them in front of your audiences, which is like 0.00001 cent for every view. It's like nothing, just to get you in front of people, then seeing your brand, seeing like cool videos of it, and then sending them to a link to purchase. That's what I have taught people as far as realtors and lenders, like, when before you arrive, earn the right to ask. I want to get that thing copyrighted, but you've got to earn the right
you
to
should.
ask. I know, earn the right to ask. Yeah, you got to earn the right. Like, everyone's always like trying to jump in bed before they've ever dated, and that's why.
Oh yeah.
And now it's too expensive. Like, it doesn't work anymore, right? Like, it's so expensive. Like you said, the ROAS, the return on ad spend, is what that means, people. It's like, for a free event, it costs 30. My average for a free event to drive traffic to a free webinar is $30 per registrant for a free event. My cost for a paid ticket, $48, right, is around $280. Now I'm selling high ticket, so it pencils like crazy ROAS. But the point is like, the whole value ladder and how they used to teach things does not work anymore. I mean, you have to get your brand out there. You've got to pay for attention. Attention is currency. You've got to pay for exposure. I don't know.
Yeah. And my big thing too is like with social proof, and I think a lot of people abuse or misunderstand the term social proof, and like they don't really understand how critical that is to turning a conversion. And like it's just, especially, so you're in the service and you're in coaching, I'm in product, especially with product stuff. It's, if you don't have some kind of social proof, you're not going to get a sale. And a lot of people think that means like, okay, I need to save up like $250,000 and I need to hire a Kardashian to wear this so that I can say the Kardashian wore it. You're going to get nothing from that. So what I teach people to do is make up their social proof in volume instead. What you can do is you can take that $10, $20, $30,000 and hire so many creators that are on the micro level, or just get UGC or get a paid placement.
What's
something
UGC?
like that.
What's UGC?
UGC is user generated content, and you can pick up like a pack of 100 pieces of user generated content for a couple $100, depending on where you go. 15, 15, 15. Maybe if they're high end, it's going to be 100, 200 a pop. But what you can't get in celebrity social proof, you can get in volume through the regular people. And a lot of people
Micro
miss
influencers.
micro. And it's honestly, if that's out of your budget, it doesn't even have to be influencers. It can be people who just make content for you.
I am not an influencer, but I'm going to wear your shoes and I'm going to put them on an ad.
Please do. Oh my God, how funny would that be?
Well, we don't do it. I'll be like, what's up?
What
I'll be like,
size are you?
do you like yellow?
Actually, don't tell your size on the internet.
Do you like orange? Do you like, I know there's my daughters, they're like, Mom, there's like, I'll push a picture of my shoes and they're all, Mom, people have foot fetishes. Don't show your shoes. They're like, it's like one OnlyFans or whatever the heck it's called. I'm like, oh my God, are you kidding? They're like, yes, Mom, we have all these people talking about your toes.
Yes.
I'm like, oh God.
Yeah, no, it's like an actual thing. It's like,
Jesus. The thing that this world, it's so great, but it's so crazy too. Okay.
oh, my favorite one is I have to Photoshop my armpits in every single thing I post, because if I don't, my DMs will be swarming with men who want to like do things to my armpits, and I'm like, y'all need to chill.
I've
I
never
already
had somebody like your armpit. Should I be jealous? Nobody likes my armpits. What's wrong?
Oh, just post one of these and you'll get it. Somebody will come snooping out of the.
There's armpit fetish people.
A lot of them.
Oh
a
my
lot.
God.
So now I airbrush if my armpit is going to be out, because otherwise someone's going to be like, let me stick my nose in it. And I'm like, oh my God.
People are just so weird. So we've got a couple minutes left, but let's just talk about this. A lot of people are afraid of just what you just said. Okay. They're afraid of exposing themselves, being out there. There's a lot of introverts, right? I mean, you have to market your business. And if you are a professional or you're a business, like you have to market yourself. So what would you say to the people that are like, Kaila, I am afraid of getting out there. I'm afraid of being seen. I'm afraid of exposure. What would your answer be?
I'm going to tell you what I was told to my face and made me cry, because this is the realest shit ever. It's like, stop thinking everybody cares so much about you. People care about themselves. Like, nobody is sitting there on the internet going like, let me zoom in on her face and let me criticize this. No, that's not what it, like, you have to stop thinking everyone in the world is obsessed with you, honestly.
But apparently they're obsessed with your armpits.
Oh, well, that's fine, as long as they're still buying slippers. But they're like, we have this fear that I'm going to say something wrong. I'm going to come off stupid. I'm going to get judged, or someone's going to think it's cringe. Yeah, somebody will.
But you're going to get judged anyways. So why not get judged
anyway
for the right things? Yeah, they're going to get judged. I know people hate me. I'm super hyper and crazy and talk fast. And they're like, is she on drugs? No, I'm not. But people say that all the time.
Oh yeah,
and people tell me all the time. I've got a really annoying voice.
Same. They're like, I want to block you because you annoy me. It's like, you know what? That's fine, because there's still the tribe of people that do like me.
Yes.
We're all tight and we all love each other. Yeah. People are going to judge you and people are going to dunk on you and people are going to make fun of you. Get a helmet.
So get a helmet. And I always tell people, you can't put a bag on your head when you go to meet somebody. You can't be like, I want to show you these really pretty shoes, but I don't want you to look at me. No, you can't.
No.
Let us see your shoes again. Show me those suckers again. I want to see those slippers again. Kaila, oh my gosh, they're so pretty. They're so comfy too. I want to see those being worn down the red carpet. I'm visualizing that for you, Kaila. I'm visualizing red carpet walk.
Ooh. Okay, let's one more thing about from an analytical standpoint, just from a human nature point, faces convert better. So if you don't like when I say get over it, let's just talk about the scientific side, which is that faces convert better. And you're going to have a way easier time of your life if you just use your face. So that's all I'll say about that.
I need to actually say that, because I have a couple of people I'm coaching right now, and they're like, oh, I'm going to be faceless. And I'm like, no, faceless it's not going to convert more. I'm so glad you just said that, because that's a whole nother conversation. Kaila, this has been so good. I just want to tell you, I thank you so much. Come see my beautiful daughter.
Let me see.
Are you okay? To non and Papas. Are you okay? This is my youngest daughter, my oldest daughter.
Oh my God! Hello.
Pretty?
Are you both so beautiful?
Doing a split Saturday.
Are you okay? Oh, she went ring shopping with her boyfriend. She's been through it. But this girl is like, yeah, I'm so proud of her. This is my oldest. Yeah, Jane Lynn. Okay, love you.
Join in on this.
Okay. No, thank you so much, baby. I appreciate your time.
You didn't get
okay, I got it.
So
I love you. I love you. Okay, it's fine. I love you so much. You're the best. You're my favorite older daughter. Anyways, Kaila, this has been so great. Thank you so much for this. Tell people where they can find you. Remember, tell them about your TikTok channel. Anything else you want to promote?
My TikTok is Kaila Uli, Kaila Uli. Some people call me Kaila. You can call me either one. And the slippers are puffy slippers.
Puffy slippers. Okay, don't leave. When we hang up, we're gonna say bye, but you can't leave. I gotta give you my address.
Yes.
Okay, everyone, I hope you are just as fired as I am. Go follow Kaila. Here's the deal, knowledge is not power, implementation is. You just learned from this girl who was very, very poor growing up, sadly lost her husband, has had major successes and failures, and she just keeps going. And now she's helping businesses just like yours do the same. So everyone, make it a great day, and I'll see you next time. Find out information, if you'd like to learn more about this strategy and many more, do me a favor, sign up somewhere on this event, on this page for my event, Unstoppable Agent. It's a virtual, you can take everywhere home. It's less than a couple cups of coffee, and I guarantee you that you will learn more in the first day than you will learn all year in real estate. And guess what? If you don't think so, I'll give you a refund. Click the link somewhere on this page. I'm Krista. See you soon. Have a great day. Thanks so much for watching my video. You can learn more about how to be a successful real estate professional by watching other videos that I have. And be sure to subscribe to my channel. And as always, make it a great home selling and buying day.